there's a case that was decided yesterday by the Supreme Court called Packingham, which is, among other things, a recognition of the importance that social media now plays in our public debates, public discourse. A lot of things that used to take place in town halls or on the sidewalks now take place on social media. Those kinds of conversations now take place on social media. And the question of how the First Amendment ought to be applied in that context is an increasingly important one. I think it's fair to see President Trump as a kind of social media president in the same way that JFK was the TV president and FDR was the radio president. You know, Trump's use of social media raises the same kinds of fundamental questions about the way that the First Amendment ought to work in this new realm. And the argument we're making is that President Trump's Twitter account is a kind of public forum. People can respond to the president's tweets. People can engage one another about the president's tweets. The president uses his Twitter account for official purposes to announce, for example, who he intends to nominate as FBI director, or to engage with foreign governments or foreign leaders. He uses it all the time in an official way. And the president is certainly entitled to a personal Twitter account if he wants one. He could have a closed account, invite only his friends or family to join the account. But if a government official throws open an environment for expression, uses the environment in the way that President Trump is using this one, I think it's the bedrock principle of First Amendment jurisprudence that the government can't then exclude people from that forum on the basis of their viewpoints. So I don't think that there's any, room for debate about the legal principles here. These are principles that have been established, for 50, 70 years. But the application of those principles in this new context is obviously something new. I think it's really important. Social media really does have the significance that the Supreme Court said it did yesterday. And I suspect that there'll be many other cases involving the way that the First Amendment should apply to social media over the next few years. You asked what we intend to do. Well, the hope obviously was that President Trump was going to reverse the blocking of his critics. He hasn't done that.
The minute he got your letter.
The minute he got our letter. He may yet do that. If he doesn't, we are an institute that is set up for litigation, and litigation is certainly an option.